My case study is on the confirmation bias and the current anti-vaccination movement. I will be examining why current distrust of science, government, and media has formed the current anti-vaccination mindset. At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, citizens were provided conflicting information over a short amount of time by mainstream media sources, scientific institutions, and the government. This lack of clear information created an initial sense of distrust. The World Health Organization has named vaccine hesitancy as one of the top 10 threats to global health. This issue will become increasingly relevant over the coming months as the COVID vaccine becomes more accessible. So, why do people believe the anti-vax arguments despite the myths being proven wrong? There's a lack of trust in government and science, mass media, heightened trust in individuals like influencers, a lack of education in the anti-vax community, and religious beliefs. In 1998, Andrew Wakefield produced a false study claiming the MMR vaccine was linked to autism causation. While the study was retracted and disproven, many people still cling to the data showing the correlation of vaccinations with the diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder. This is an ableist point of view. Parents refusing to vaccinate their child for this reason essentially prefer their child would rather die than have autism. More awareness of the autism spectrum disorder has led to more people getting diagnosed, not more people having it. In the past, it was just as many people likely had autism but were undiagnosed. Most people, myself included, tend not to be highly numerate. When data is presented to us, we are less likely to know whether it is factual and representative. Once we form a belief and tie it to our identity, it is difficult to give it up. This is the confirmation bias. Our brains don't like to be wrong. It's easier for us to work to find evidence to back up our beliefs than to work to change them. When our beliefs are questioned, it can feel like a personal attack. We search for evidence that supports where we stand, and we can even see falsely proven evidence as validation. When people believe that vaccines shouldn't be trusted and are part of a community with the same beliefs, they will be more likely to believe myths that have been debunked, such as the vaccine/autism causation. The anti-vax phenomenon also relates to the illusory truth effect. The more a lie is repeated, the more likely it is believed. The more someone hears about myths regarding vaccines, the more likely they are to believe them, and the lies become truths in the person's mind. Just because people do not believe in the importance of vaccines does not mean they should not get them. This is discriminatory against uneducated groups and unsafe for communities. It's necessary for all of the population to have them to protect vulnerable groups. To stop the cycle of mis and disinformation relating to the anti-vax movement, we must hold each other accountable. When studies such as Wakefield's emerge, they must be peer-reviewed, questioned, and checked multiple times. On the internet, sites such as YouTube should tag false information as such so consumers are less likely to be misinformed.